What is up, World Wrestling Vlog? I hope that everyone is acknowledging him right now.
Me.
And scissoring. There we go. Paul, scissor me. Scissor me, Daddy Paul. What is up, guys? I'm glad to see everyone in here. We've got Elimination Chamber live and happening as we speak. Roman Reigns is being acknowledged right now. He's walking around the ring with both belts. The Usos are nowhere to be seen, which is, I think the referee Billy has the skinny on that one.
Yep.
Roman sucks chants are going on all around. And of course it would, because they're in Montreal. And interesting that Roman chose to come out first. Interesting. Was that his choice? Supposed to be champion's choice. So, all right. Hey, let's see who all's here. We've got Mr. Timmy Ray the King. Timmy Ray has been waiting on us for an hour and a half. Thank you, Timmy Ray, for your support. We appreciate you here each and every week. We've got Miss Meg, the greatest moderator of all time. Welcome in, Miss Meg. Good to see you.
Have mercy.
And the greatest and most beautiful ring valet of all time, Miss Chastity of the Moonlight Adventures. Arm candy for the Moonlight Mark.
Hello, Miss Chastity.
Because that is all that can clean all this up. She actually gave me a haircut right before we came in here. I got my good boy hair going on, Meg. Here comes Sammy. Oh, boy. There he is. And the crowd is going nuts for Sammy. He's got kind of some throwback gear on a little bit. Little old school Sammy going on there. Nick P, welcome in. Hello from Ireland. Outstanding. Hope everything's going well over there. That's a country that's on my bucket list.
Go, Paul.
What's that?
Can y'all hear me with my fan on, or do I need to turn it off?
Oh, yeah.
We hear you.
You're loud and clear, brother. So, spoilers. Oh, look at there. There was Drake. Drake was holding up a belt. That's interesting. Just some passing stuff I'm seeing here as we're watching. One thing to watch out for here is we now oh, all right, Nick. Nick is saying that he can't hear the fan. That's good. So prior to coming into this match, they only had about 35 minutes to go. And it looks like by the time Sammy gets in the ring and they chant him and they serenade him, we're probably only looking at about 20 minutes worth of match. So what does that tell you, Paul?
They're going to let Sammy shine just a little bit. Go have a little drama go on. Then Roman's going to keep the belts.
How many near falls?
I said they're going to give Sammy about 2 probably.
Yeah.
That he'll have on Roman, and Roman will probably get about, because they're not just going to throw Sammy away. So it'll probably be a couple near falls, Sammy winning and Sammy losing. I mean, they're not just going to squash him, surely. They
can't.
All this up just to squash him.
They can't bury him. I think we're going to see a screwy finish in a 3-way at WrestleMania.
Yep.
That's what I think. What is up, Leo? Good to see you, man. Glad to hear from you. Glad you're in. I know you are watching Elimination Chamber right now. And all is well, my friend. Thank you for asking. I hope you guys are doing well as well. I was up in their area this week, and I didn't get an opportunity to go visit with them because it was just way too busy. A heck of a week for me. But so while we're waiting for these guys to kick up and start going here, we go through some of the early results. I don't know how much you guys saw. But first match was the women's elimination chamber match. Bleacher Report gave this match a B. I did not watch this, but Asuka won. I was kind of thinking that Raquel would win this one, but I guess they've been pushing. They've been pushing Asuka. So
Yep.
I see that. I like her new makeup and stuff. I like evil Asuka. I like that better. She will go on to face Bianca Belair. It's probably time for that belt to drop. I don't know though. I don't know. We'll see. WrestleMania in Hollywood. I don't know. Big New Japan following out there. So what do you think? You think Asuka takes it?
Yeah, I think Asuka will take it.
Yeah, my money's on Asuka.
Yeah.
I don't want to get off on a rant here, but she's another one of those NXT people that kind of got misused, if you want my 2 cents on it. She was amazing in NXT, just amazing.
Yep. Then Vince got a hold of her.
Yeah.
And she turned into a caricature, almost to racial levels of caricature.
Yes, sir.
And now she's getting to be herself. So good for her. And yeah, I hope she wins it. Here we go. We've got Sammy's shirt off, looking like a bum as always. And Roman looking ready, championship caliber. Here we go. The bell has rung. And Roman
Sammy doesn't have on the cabbie pants, does he?
He's got something like that on. He's got his old boots.
The checkered ones?
No, but it's
Okay.
kind of it's he's got Sammy and then Uso running down the side of him, and then it's like got Zayn running across the Uso. A little different look, but he's got his Haluva boots on still. Roman seems annoyed that he even has to be here. So that's good.
Well, Roman wanted this. Roman wanted this.
Pointing at the WrestleMania sign. Got to get some of that in. All right. So other matches: Brock Lesnar and Bobby Lashley. Man, they gave this a C plus. I don't know if it's a C plus. I don't know what in the world they are doing and why they continue to bury Brock Lesnar. I mean, these two dudes, Brock and Lashley, could have some 5- and 6-star matches on the Meltzer.
Absolutely. Simple. Here, both MMA or style. I don't know the correct terminology for all of it, but I'll use that as a blanket statement. Not only that, both of them are beasts, humongous guys. And let's not forget, both of them world-class collegiate wrestlers. I mean, they should let them two go, and they should be able to tear the house down. They just should.
Yeah, concur. Agree 100%. So, real quick update here. They've rung the bell. They've been standing in the ring for 3 minutes, haven't touched each other, and the crowd is going nuts. And there's a dude up front with Bret Hart sunglasses on. He probably got them gave to him when he was a teenager.
Probably.
That's awesome. I saw a really cool picture today from a Tokyo WrestleMania tour with Alundra Blaze, Macho Man, and Bret Hart. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if they're building up for something bigger. I know part of what they did in that match, according to the write-up here, is they're trying to get the Hurt Business back together. I like that. It says something about a dark cloud of Bray Wyatt hung overhead. I don't know what that's all about. I didn't watch that match. Edge and Beth Phoenix versus Finn Balor and Rhea Ripley. This was a surprise to me. I guess I don't know. I mean, I guess it could go either way. You don't want to beat Edge and Phoenix and Beth. Balor, I think people could care less about Balor, but Ripley. So it looks like Rhea used brass knuckles at one point. Beth Phoenix with a big superplex. Edge wiped out Dominic, and Beth and Edge used the Shatter Machine. An ode to their friends and impending free agents Dax Harwood and Cash Wheeler. That's what the write-up says. So I saw something. They still have not touched each other here in this match. We are now a full 10 minutes in.
I'd say if Edge and Beth Phoenix, no offense to them, but they were 10 years younger, that'd be pretty good force. Just saying.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, Beth has been impressive past couple of showings that she's had. I mean, I know she's been off for a long time, but, she does that move that Jade Cargill does. Big shoulder tackle from but that Jade Cargill thing where she puts her up and she calls it it's not the glam slam. Or it is a glam slam, isn't it? Glam slam.
Yep.
She does that much better than Jade Cargill, and she's a much shorter in stature, probably in size too, because Cargill's like over 6 foot and she's ripped. Of course, Beth Phoenix is too, but she's more built like a Mickey James.
Yep. I was going to say, last time I haven't seen Beth Phoenix. Last time I saw her, they had brought back quite a few of the old school women. And her and Mickey James, I mean, they looked as good as they've ever looked. Now, they really stay in shape.
Yeah, I mean, Mickey can still go, and of course Beth can too. Dadgummit, the Undertaker's wife, she looked pretty good in the Royal Rumble. She didn't show a whole lot of ring rust.
Who is his wife, Billy? Is it?
Oh, I don't know.
Cool. Michelle McCool.
Yeah, Michelle McCool. And then the next match after Edge and Beth Phoenix, Finn Balor, and Ripley was the men's elimination chamber. And I don't know, Paul, have you seen any of this yet?
No, sir. I ain't
so
had a chance to.
They put pads down over the grates in the elimination chamber.
They do that for the women too.
Don't like that.
Okay.
Not a big fan of that.
Takes away a little bit of the whole war games, if you will, of the elimination chamber.
Yeah. Big spots in the men's match, though. A lot of big spots. Some pretty impressive spots. Montez Ford looked like a world beater. But Logan Paul came out as expected. Hey, over the top rope. Tope Suicida, as the sock-faced wonder likes to call it. But yeah, so anyway, Logan Paul came out, interfered, and we still have A-Town Down Austin Theory as the U.S. champ. I like Austin Theory. I really do. I'd like to see him get into it with Gunther for the Intercontinental. That's I don't know. I'm ready to see some Gunther and Brock. I'm ready to see some. I mean, I'd much rather just for my wrestling pleasure, I'd rather see Gunther, Brock, and Lashley at the top with a little bit of Roman Reigns mixed in there. But I mean, this is good stuff. The Bloodline's doing. I mean, this is better better wrestling storytelling than we've seen in a long time with the Bloodline. I don't want to complain too much, but I do like the older I get, the more I identify with the McMahons, and I want the big guys in the ring, the mammoths, especially if they can go. So yeah, that was a little botchy. So
can I address Timmy Ray real quick?
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Barry Windham, he's pretty much, he's retired as far as I know from in-ring stuff. I know he's doing something with a Appalachian professional wrestling or something. He's doing some interviews, behind the scenes stuff with them. He recently had a heart attack. And I don't know if you know it or not, but he is the uncle of Bray Wyatt, and I guess who everybody's saying is Uncle Howdy, Bo Dallas. And I wasn't knocking Trish Stratus. I mean, to me, she was as good as it got. I was just saying I was giving props to Beth Phoenix and Mickie James for what greater shape they're in.
I don't think that's what Timmy's talking about, because his next statement is he would date Trish Stratus in a minute. We're just talking about in-ring ability, Timmy Ray. Oh, in-ring ability. I got to put Mickie James over Trish just a little bit. Just a little bit for me, and I think Alundra could take both of them.
That was a bad chick.
Alundra Blaze?
Medusa?
Yeah.
She driving the heck out of a monster truck, too.
That's what I was wondering, is she still driving a monster truck? I hadn't watched monster truck stuff in so long. Billy, you were a Bigfoot guy all the way, weren't you?
No, Gravedigger.
Gravedigger. You're a Gravedigger guy.
Yep.
Yeah,
I like that. Was it Mad Dog? It was like a Chevy pickup, an old
look like Dumb and Dumber
Chevy. Yeah.
You know who I never thought that. I guess they tried to do the monster truck stuff a little bit like wrestling, and I never thought that a monster truck driver could get heat. But Maximum Destruction, I had some heat with Maximum Destruction. I'm not a big fan of Maximum Destruction.
Oh Lord.
There was a Goldberg monster truck. Yes, there was.
There was.
Yeah.
And the NWO one.
Yep, there sure was.
There's a rock one, and there's a Stone Cold one.
Did you ever see that episode of WCW where they tried to play off like Goldberg drove the Goldberg truck?
Oh Lord.
To the arena?
I could see
and
it.
The camera guy, he botched that 9 Ways from Sunday because a Viper pulled up or something like that right beside it, and they didn't pan quick enough, and you could tell Goldberg got out of the car.
Oh, Roman is throwing those wraparound clothesliney things that look fake as all get out.
Yep.
They could have such a better match than this. They only got 12 minutes, so what are we going to do here? So did you guys watch the botch fest that was Jon Moxley on AEW Dynamite this week?
I saw some highlights.
Yeah, he couldn't stand up. It was pretty rough. I was watching it, and I was commenting on the KOD show as it was going. Like, geez, man. Moxley is going to be the star of Botchamania all by himself. He just was trying to come down the stairs and he fell. And like,
oh gosh,
like, man, does he need to go back to rehab? I don't know. I know that's a little brash, but I mean, it was that bad. And then at least we didn't have to see him blade himself this week. That's been what's really been funny is, I mean, they catch him blading himself all the time. The fans are chewing on Roman, and Roman is healing it up. Yeah, I like this. This is good. There you go, Roman.
Was that on TNT? The Moxley stuff?
That would have been, yeah, it's all on it's on T. Is it all on TBS now, or is it on TNT? I don't know. I watch it on Sling.
At one time, TBS was huge on them not getting any color.
Moxley shoots birds into the camera and mouths "fu," and he's unhinged right now. I mean, I'm serious when I think he may have relapsed a little bit. Yeah, Timmy Ray said it's on TBS.
And it was show on Friday was an hour early because of the All-Star game.
Yeah, and I was going to say, you as a referee, Billy J, how do you feel about basketballs throughout an entire match? How you feel about that? We're going to bring basketballs to the ring, 6 of them, and they're going to be in play the entire time. And we're also going to do a jump ball to start the match.
Yeah, that's dumb. Basketball and wrestling do not go together.
Guess who the referee was?
I have no idea.
The corpse, of course.
Oh.
The only one that's allowed to referee Twinkle Toes McFingerbang and the Buckaroos. All right, so here's
a question for you. What is like the craziest match you've ever been a part of? Or have you ever been a part of a match where somebody messed something up so bad you were just like trying to, act like you didn't see it or, hang your head in shame?
I've been a part of 6-man tags that turned into a cluster.
Oh,
I got you.
Yeah,
I've seen a couple of those, and you cringe. I mean, I feel bad being in there. And I'm sure they thought even worse.
You know what Jim Cornette says about those? A lazy booking.
Yep.
Sammy's going to the top rope. We've got 9 minutes left. Oh, big Undertaker undercut. Timmy Ray's got a question for you, Paul. Says, do you think that the 10-minute time limit needs to come to WWE like they did in Mid-South?
Maybe for some matches. I mean, it just depends on what all you got going that night and what you need to get in. And Mid-South was a rare breed. Back then, all that stuff back then was an hour too. They wouldn't. That's why I loved NXT so much back when I was watching it when it was an hour.
Yeah,
you never got bored.
Yeah,
it just was never boring. They always left you wanting for more next week. And like I've said this before, and I hate to sound like a broken record, but like when Nitro and Raw went to 3 hours, I'm sorry, but some of that stuff was just filler. It just was.
Yeah. Near fall. Hey, they've got the crowd. They have the crowd. That's one thing I can tell you. I've always liked Sami Zayn ever since he was Generico. Always been a fan of his work. And Timmy Ray, for me, I know the question wasn't directed at me, but you hit on something that I think is important for professional wrestling that I don't think any of the professional wrestling organizations do anymore, and that is posting rules. I say that all the time. How do you know if a heel's cheating if you don't know what the rules are? It just seems like, they expect all the fans to be smart. And when you expect all the fans to be smart, you're only going to get smart fans. I think that's what we've got in wrestling right now.
Yeah.
10-minute time limits. It's just another wrinkle. I think Ring of Honor did 20-minute time limits. Every once in a while, AEW will say, this match has a 20-minute time limit or something like that. I even like, and I've never seen this, but I know back in the day, you could only go to the second rope. And, one of the big things for heels to do would go to the top rope,
Yep.
Bill Watts brought that into WCW when he was president.
Yeah.
My favorite was to hear TV time remaining.
Yeah.
No.
back in the day.
I tell you another thing that's ruined wrestling is the way that they set these commentators up. And nice buckle bomb or no buckle suplex. Sammy's on fire. Here we go. Haluva kick is coming. It looks like. Nope. Superman punch.
That's not finish.
Nope. False finish. But Paul. I forgot what I was going to say now. I got distracted by the match here. Talking about Mid-South. We were talking about TV time limits. We were talking about not going to the second rope. I don't know. Another question from Timmy Ray. Cowboy. Timmy's mom has a question. His mom wants to know whatever happened to Chris Adams. I think he had to go have an eye transplant.
Yeah. I think it was I could be wrong. He had I know the last time I saw him was in he was making a run in WCW and was having a super kick battle with Glacier. And I thought, okay, cool. He's coming back, because they had good luck with some people. Like Rick Martel came back, and he looked as good as ever. And by the way, if any of y'all want to go watch some clinics on wrestling, check out Rick Martel's run in WCW against Booker T. They were battling for the TV title, but unfortunately, Martel, age had caught up with him. He had a couple bad injuries, and he said, to heck with it. He just went on, hung him up. But Chris Adams is dead. Unfortunately, Chris Adams has some demons, some bad demons, and I think it was a double suicide, if I'm not mistaken. Or he killed his wife and then killed himself. I don't know, but
I think they talked about that. They either talked about that on Dark Side or it was on Darker Side, because there's a Darker Side YouTube channel. But yeah, I think man, it was something with drugs.
Yes,
there were drugs involved, and just bad deal all the way around. I think Sammy just threw his best punch at it here, and
yep.
Hey, this has been a pretty good match. I'm gonna have to go back and pay real close attention to it here after it's over. But
screwy finish.
They're working. I'm trying to. I won't focus in here because I think something crazy.
Yep.
Who is going to be the person that screws up the finish here? And to talk about ourselves. Oh, here we go. I hadn't seen Sammy do this in a while. Oh yeah. Oh man. So Paul, Sammy did the jump through the turnbuckles deal, the turnbuckle through the turnbuckle dive. And, Roman caught him with an uppercut as he was coming through. That was one of the most impressive things that I saw him do in NXT.
They could. Sorry, wait, Billy.
I was just saying we could talk about the Usos not being there. I think that's
the
border issue, because one of them's got
DUI
issues.
Oh,
and previous shows they have not been able to cross the border into Canada, so I think that's why they're not on this show right now.
They even let me in Canada, Billy. Exactly.
Thunderbomb.
There's also an option we haven't thought about with this. They could do a count out on Roman. Sammy
something
wins,
you don't
Roman
see anymore is just, I'm just walking out. I'm not doing this.
Like Luger with Brody down in Florida.
Yeah. Timmy Ray says his favorite wrestler was Bunkhouse Buck.
Mr. Golden. I got you.
going way
He was
back.
a lot better
in
in
the red.
Tennessee before he was in WCW. Just saying.
Sammy's got a big something going down his chest.
Yeah, or something. Yeah. Oh, no, rough bump.
Oh yeah, there we go.
There you did a rough bump earlier.
Oh, the ref's taking bumps. Haluva kick. He's going to pin him here. This is going to be the pin.
No ref.
Count to 15, but no ref.
Wake up, ref.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Run
6.
in, Billy. Run in.
All right, I'm right in.
Put me in, coach. Billy's standing at gorilla. He's waiting.
I'll do a Charles Robinson. I'll be running like this.
Hey, did you see in Royal Rumble? There's been a bunch of memes, but what's her name? Nikki Cross run into the ring.
Oh, yeah.
And she's so short in her legs. She's like, like, oh, here we go. Hey, look at there.
Oh. Well,
So
that's one of them.
that's the one that's Jimmy. That's the non-drinking and driving.
Yeah.
So, yep.
That'd be a good angle to cause Roman a count out or a DQ or something. Give Sammy the win, but not the belt. Or is the belt even on the line?
Still no ref.
Yeah, the belt is on the line.
Still no ref.
There we go. Now
New
the
ref.
referee. Oh,
New ref.
he came in way too fast. You can't. Come on, man. Now he had to see every bit of that. Oh,
Yeah.
man. False finish. It was only a 2 count. But still, why would he? Billy, you got to DQ that, right?
Yeah. I mean, he would have
that's-
seen it, definitely.
You can't run in there on the heels of Jimmy kicking the dude in the face and then do. Come on.
May have been a botch. I don't know.
Oh.
No, I don't think it was a botch.
I mean, this guy looks lost in the ring. I don't know that I've ever seen him in any of these. This is a house show guy. They just brought him in. Like, hey, you're going to do this.
No, he's ref.
You see him? So you pay more
On the
attention.
job
to the ref.
audition.
Timmy Ray. He has a VHS tape that he recorded of Monday Nitro when Kiss was singing the song God of Thunder to introduce the wrestler Demon.
No, the demon.
God.
I remember the demon.
It was 2 different people.
I think if it was after late 97, 98 time frame, I was so infatuated with Miss Chastity that I probably was not paying very much attention.
Well, I
We
know
watched, go ahead.
Brian Adams' crush was the Demon at one time. He threw a fit about it. Then they gave it to that Torborg guy who his daddy was in professional baseball.
Sorry, Paul.
It's okay.
I thought that was the end.
Oh man, he speared him and Sammy kicked out. A lot of false finishes. They're going over on time. I mean, I guess it doesn't matter when you're a streaming service.
Yep.
Do you want to get in my lap? Do you want to get up here? I'm scaring the dog. She's. Oh, come here.
You know, I saw the numbers on that, like on the network, $9.99 a month. Vince and them actually made more money off of the running the quote unquote pay-per-views on the network than they did charging $59.99 or whatever it went up to on the pay-per-views, because 10 times as many people would pay the $9.99 a month for the network than would buy the pay-per-views once a month.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, that was so the boys really started getting into wrestling around 14, 15 time frame. And we started buying every year. We would get WrestleMania and Royal Rumble. We really didn't get any other pay-per-views besides that. And, I think it was 16 or 17 when Network came out. Oh, man, another referee. Oh, Lord. But
I'm gonna run in.
Come on, ref. Come on, ref.
I used to never buy any pay-per-views, but I would go over to my promoter's house and he'd get WrestleMania and Royal Rumble, and I'd go over there and watch those. But the other ones I would mostly not watch. I'll just read the results later. But
well, I know I got thoughts on everything, but to me, when there was only one or two, maybe three pay-per-views a year, it was better because they had so much more time to build up to it. They didn't have to rush a storyline. Starrcade to me was always that in WrestleMania. Because they would make that the greatest show of the year. Now it's just like, yeah, okay.
WrestleMania has turned into what the Super Bowl and the World. Well, not so much the World Series. Well, there's Jay.
Huh.
They must have got the visa issues all straightened out.
Guess so.
What are we going to do here?
No, it was a problem in the past. But.
Yeah, you're right, Meg. That was Ellie. This is Gurley over here. She's trying to watch. I've got wrestling on the tablet right here. She's trying to watch and see what happens. But,
she's looking for her cousin, Davey Boy Smith.
She's
sorry, that
pulling
was
the crap out of my arm. What do you want? What do you want? What do you want? What do you want? It's okay. He's scary, but he's just on the screen. He's not really here.
Yeah,
I know.
You're scary down here.
Hey, my profile picture is beautiful.
So we already hit one of the WrestleMania predictions. I think we all agree that Asuka will reign supreme. But here we go. What's he gonna do? What's he gonna do?
Bye, Sammy.
Think he's gonna hit Sammy with it?
Maybe.
oh. Where's the other referees at?
Sleeping.
I mean, that other one was in there like in record time.
I've taken some long naps before.
Ooh, he just pie-faced him.
Oh, I thought I was going to get to see some old school wrestling moves today. I was watching NWA, yeah. And she threw old girl out of the ring. It was a women's match. And she kind of slid down. And I thought she was going to go under the ring and come out the other side. I haven't seen that in ages. Because she went out of sight, but she didn't.
That's still one of those. The NWA ring is one of those lower down rings too, isn't it?
Yeah, it looks like it on TV or on
like the old TBS Power Hour ring, or not Power Hour.
Yes, sir.
Was it the Power Hour?
Yeah, Power Hour.
That's 3. Ding, ding, ding.
Roman retains. There was like 3 screwed finishes.
Yeah, I don't like that. I don't like that finish.
They should have. There were a couple of false finishes there that would have been great finishes.
Yep.
Man, Sammy took a beating for that match. Wow. All right, we got Timmy Ray here. He says, "Is Black Bart from Mid-South still alive? His dad would like to know." Black Bart.
Paul, you're on mute.
I said I don't have a clue. I'd have to Google that one. I
Yeah,
mean,
I've got it. I got it pulled up here. See, he's definitely retired.
Richard.
thank the Lord.
If he's still alive, he's up there in age.
I
Looks like
saw
he's
him not too
alive.
long ago. I watched an interview of his from, but I don't know when the interview was from.
He's still
He had a
living.
lot of great
He's,
insight.
75 years old, still alive. Texarkana. That's down around your way.
He's about 90 miles from me. Got
Oh,
kinfolk over there.
comes Kevin Owens.
Ah, here comes KO. KO's going to break up the madness. Hockey fight in Hockey Town. I do. Oh, I like it when they stand their ground. I do like that. Because why in the world would Roman Reigns bail out of the ring for one person coming into the ring? Oh, all right. Well, so it's going to be obviously it's going to be Roman and Cody. Who do you got?
I got Cody. I think they're gonna give him a run. They're gonna give him a run with it.
I got Cody too.
I think that'd be crazy not to. If they don't put it on Cody here, I don't see Cody ever putting it on. And I think that would be unfortunate. They've built it way too big. But do you think they'll put the Undisputed on him, or will they come up with something? You know, now that Roman has shown. Oh, Paul's hitting Kevin Owens. Oh, and it looks as bad as you might think it would look, Paul.
I can only imagine.
Oh, Mr. Walrus. Oh, and Paul got a stunner, and his bump was terrible.
Yeah.
Hey, by the way, did y'all see Sami Zayn get a stunner from a female referee?
I didn't see that.
No.
Yeah, it's on YouTube.
Here we go. Stunner from Kevin Owens here.
Was that with his mask on or without the mask on?
Without. It was straight up Sami Zayn. May have been from a house show or something. I'm not for sure, but
Haluva kick. All right, so yeah, I agree with you guys. I think Cody takes it, and I think they let Cody run with it. I mean, Cody's got some of that overness, that Hulkamania overness about him, with the kids loving him, and he dresses nice. That's good to see too. You don't see that a lot anymore. Him and Bobby, they both try to dress up when they come to the arena. Of course, the Miz does, but nobody. Who cares about the Miz?
I'll tell you what. For a while there, though, Miz was he was healing it. I mean, at one time he was the best heel in the business.
Yep.
Did you see on the World Wrestling Vlog Facebook page where, I don't know if he was at a house show? It looked like he was at a house show, but they were changing the ring apron and everything out, and he just kept selling.
Yep.
Oh gosh!
I mean, he loves the business. He loves it. His whole reasoning for being on the Real World was to hopefully get a tryout with WWF at the time. But so let's see, what other matches do we have? We've got on the
Charlotte and Rhea.
Yep, Charlotte. That's the one. Yep, Charlotte and Rhea. I think, and surely Rhea goes over on that one, don't you think?
I agree.
They're splitting the tag belts back up, apparently. Yeah, they don't have enough tag teams to do what they're doing, but I don't know.
Well, maybe FTR will make a comeback at WrestleMania, hopefully.
They're going to need to. They may need to try and go get the claim, too. that was shocking. So, we're switching gears to another promotion real quick, but that the Acclaim dropped the belts to the Gun Boys. Now the Gun Boys can go. I just didn't expect it to happen that way, but I don't suspect that they will keep them through this pay-per-view that they're going to head into. Are the ladies tag belts going to? Surely they'll be up at WrestleMania too, I'm sure. Billy, do you know who the ladies tag team champions are?
Nope.
Kai and Sky.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, it's all rough. I think they're setting up let's see, are they setting it up or is it actually going to happen? The Intercontinental match? Or no, that's right. So Madcap Moss next week is getting an Intercontinental shot with Gunther. But what will that turn into going into WrestleMania? Is that the Bobby Lashley and the Brock thing? I don't think Brock would ever lower himself to any belt below the championship belt. But I could see Lashley wearing the Intercontinental. And they've got to do something with Damian Priest. That guy's been putting in work. And
Brock's never held anything other than a world title, has he?
I don't think so. Not that I can recall. Timmy Ray, this is for you and me, Billy. He says, I don't know who this is, but Paul may know the wrestler. Oh, whatever happened to Greg the Hammer Valentine? Because
retired.
His grandma wanted to ask that question. His grandma had the biggest crush on him.
Well, I mean, and rightfully so. I mean, the guy's as famous as can be. I mean, we just, celebrated a holiday and named after him.
So he was in
wrestlers have a day named after him.
What was that wrestling documentary? He was in a wrestling documentary, him and Michael B. Hayes. I'm going to look this up right quick.
I know he's been at some conventions and stuff.
And that guy had a heck of a career, not just WWF, back in the Georgia days and all that. He was.
Yeah, this list is full of all kinds of WWE propaganda. This is not the one. It's something hours. I don't know. 350 days. That was it. Have you seen a 350 days documentary? That's Greg the Hammer, and I mean, there's a lot of them in it. They talk to Abdullah the Butcher, but it's all about those guys traveling around on the roads back in the 70s and 80s, and all their hijinks and stuff, and alcohol abuse and everything else that went on. But they follow they follow Greg Valentine around. He's still driving the same car that they used to drive around in back in the territory days. And then Michael B. Hayes would come in and add some commentary here and there. Miss Ashley Ratliff, welcome in. Good to see you. She has booked a cruise on the Jubilee.
Hey,
I heard on the Z-Man show the other day. Good for you, Ashley.
Mm-hmm.
Timmy, I think most people have been watching Elimination Chamber, man, and we normally get a lot of replays. And that's something we got to look at, is maybe making this a different time, and definitely a different time. I think Billy's about to go to sleep over there on us.
No, I'm still awake.
We do have one last piece of news to talk about.
Go ahead.
The passing of a true icon. Mr. Jerry Jarrett.
Oh
In
yeah,
ring, you probably wouldn't know much about him. He had a pretty good long career, some good regional titles, but great family in the business. The Jarrett family. With his mom, she built the Memphis Loop there. And then Jerry had CWA and then USWA. And he actually started what he thought was going to be some old school wrestling. And then, with the NWA TNA, and that didn't last long. He was in it like maybe a year, and then he sold his shares over to Panda.
yeah, yeah. I mean, if you grew up in the South, you knew the Jarrett name, especially if you like me and grew up around Chattanooga, Tennessee. Nick Goulas and Jeff Jarrett; those are two names that you knew for sure. So let's see here. So I would expect there to be a Logan Paul. I wonder if they'll go Logan Paul, Austin Theory, and Seth 3-way.
I think it will be Austin Theory versus Montez Ford because he got taken out of the Elimination Chamber.
He put on a good
That could
show.
work.
Montez put on a good show. He really did. He did something that I've never seen. I don't think anybody's ever seen in Elimination Chamber. He hung like Batman from the roof and then came down on top of everybody. Bronson Reed looked good.
Yep.
Lot of the NXT Triple H version NXT stars getting some shine. I mean, they were trained right. Anybody that's trained under Regal are definitely going to get it right.
Absolutely.
Do you guys think that potentially WrestleMania is usually an opportunity for some of those NXT stars to come up, after the takeover, and usually at NXT takeover at WrestleMania, there's normally some guys who have their final NXT match. Do you think that Braun Breaker has his final match in NXT?
I don't know. I haven't really followed him a whole lot, but if he's half as good as the stuff I read online about him, maybe so. But he's one that I'd hate to see get rushed and then lost in the shuffle.
Yeah.
Because I hate to, keep harping on that, but they have dropped the ball with so many people that were on fire in NXT, and they come to the main roster and then just nothing.
Yeah, maybe they'll get all the screwy stuff out of him in NXT. He did. There was one spot where he came out and cut a sign in half before he went out into the ring, and which would have been a pretty cool spot. I mean, he had a real live chainsaw and everything, cut this sign in half. But before he cut the sign in half, he put safety glasses on, and I'm just like, could we have walked out with like sunglasses on? That they make safety glasses, but these were the goofy safety glasses. And he didn't walk out with them on. He walked out, put the safety glasses on, then cut the sign in half. Just not a very tough guy look. So maybe all that kind of stuff they'll do away with. And, this is an opportunity for them to actually change someone's name when they go to the main roster and it means something. Let him be a Steiner. Let him bury the Hurricane Rana and call it the Frankensteiner like it's supposed to be. Yeah, we heard that. We talked about it last week, Timmy Ray, and Lanny Poffo, another great legend of the old territory days. Really gone too soon. He wasn't terribly old.
No, sir. It was in great shape.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Terry Funk just keeps outliving all these folks, and that's really surprising.
Yeah, but Terry Funk don't know who he is.
No.
Yeah, I saw a pretty sad picture and video of him the other day. And I don't know if y'all listen to the Jim Cornette Experience at all, or Jim Cornette's Drive Through, but if you listen, it's worth a listen to go back. I can tell you exactly what episode, but he goes and he goes into detail because he was part of their beginning in Ring of Honor. I'm just talking and not even giving you the lead here, but yeah. So
Briscoes?
yeah, the Briscoes. So
Yes, sir.
the January 20th episode, he talks about the life and career of Jay Briscoe, and he was very, very intimately familiar with those boys. And you know, I've never heard Cornette break, and he broke while he was talking about that. They shut the entire town down in Delaware for him, for Jay's passing. And
If you want to hear Cornette break, listen to his tribute to beautiful Bobby Eaton.
yeah, I wasn't watching him when Bobby Eaton passed, but I need to go back and watch, or go back and listen to that one. But I mean, them guys, they smelled each other's farts for many years. It's hard not to like a guy. And, I mean, he spent as much time, or he's probably spent more time with the Midnight Express than he has with his own wife, even still to this day. He said one time he calculated that they put a little over 2 million miles on the road in their days in the territory, because he kept.
I don't doubt that.
I
don't doubt it yet. This is a truck driver working steady. You figure 115,000 miles a year. So in 10 years, and you know, their nights they were doing 600-700 miles a day, easy, 7 days a week, 350 days a year.
Yeah, he mentioned when they were in Louisiana, when they were in Watts's territory, that it was just crazy treks back and forth.
Yeah. Watts had a jacked up territory. Great one though, but it was strange at times.
Well, gentlemen, I'm going to start closing this thing out here. And Paul, I'm going to give it over to you to begin with here, and you can let us know what you got going on for your channel this week, if you'd like to let the people know.
All right. Well, my channel is called PSV Odyssey. You know, if you you know, all your paint finally gets through drying, you got nothing else to do, come by, give us a look, see. I got 2 videos coming out tomorrow. One will be a premiere at 6:45 tomorrow evening with the little thing I do called the Booze News. And we're going to break out a drink called the Paul Mosa. Pretty good. And I have a cooking video coming out tomorrow. I got into a little collaboration with another little group of people where you try to put together this a wacky dish, not a disgusting one, not a gross one, just combinations you wouldn't normally see. So I have I haven't finished it yet, but I'm gonna have a hillbilly chili relleno, or however you pronounce that, and a fruit cocktail cobbler.
You talking about a hillbilly chili relleno?
Yeah. Well, this is hillbilly now. I'm telling y'all, because
well, if it's hillbilly, then it's a relleno.
Well, I couldn't get no poblano peppers or Anaheim peppers, but I found some really huge sweet peppers.
Oh,
and it's
boy,
got some
Jimmy
Dean pork sausage. Jimmy Dean pork sausage is the meat with sauteed onions and taco seasoning. And then, of course, I fill the peppers up with Mexican blend cheese and then the meat combination there. And I have a batter that I stole from Cowboy Kent Rollins that I'm going to fry it with. And that's it.
That sounds really, really good. Really good. Yeah, and if you hadn't checked out Paul's drinks, made a couple of them, but I don't want to give away too much, So I'm not going to ask Paul. I'll just have to wait till tomorrow. But I make a man mosa, and I'm wondering if the ingredients are the same as the man mosa. It's probably pretty close, I bet.
You know, all mimosas have to have champagne in it, but depending on what area you're from, there's different forms of champagne. Just saying.
That's right. That's right. Depending on if you're in Wisconsin or not. All right, Billy, what you got going on, brother?
I got nothing going on, but I'm going on a cruise in 21 days on the Carnival Pride. So I might be putting out maybe a couple videos in the next week or two about Carnival Pride. I might do that. I haven't recorded anything yet, but I'll probably work on that. Otherwise, I got nothing going on. And Timmy Ray, you cannot have my cap.
Timmy, just go to Cracker Barrel. They sell them there.
This is custom made.
So Billy is even getting teased by the Disney Wish captain. He's like, "You're never getting this hat, Billy."
Well, Disney Yacht Club captain, or he says.
Okay. So he's not even a captain of the ocean.
No, it's a fake hat he was wearing.
He's not even a seaman.
Nope.
All right. So our primary channel is the Moonlight Adventures, and we have Shooting the Breeze with Moonlight Adventures coming out tomorrow at 8:00. And during that time, we will be showing Gunnar Wayne and Peggy Sue. They seem to have figured out a way to travel time. They've figured out the space-time continuum. And so you're going to want to see what Gunnar Wayne and Peggy Sue are up to now. We're 11 days away from our back-to-back cruise on the MSC Meraviglia. We just released a video on the MSC status matching program. And we usually release a couple of shorts each and every day. I hope, as far as this channel goes, I've got a lot of plans in my mind of things that I want to do. But unfortunately, my work keeps getting in the way. At one point in time, I wasn't traveling that much, and now travel seems to have picked back up, and it's really hard to juggle several channels, but we'll get back eventually. At one point, I was putting out some stuff for some shorts and stuff, but I've got one thing in mind that I'd kind of like to do, and that's the problems with commentary in wrestling right now. I'm going to tell you what, Raw is so hard to watch because Corey Graves is so over the top, and the Irish dude is so under. I mean, it's bad, and there's no real color. There's no real analyst. Gone are the days of Starcade and the old school 605s when you had the right kind of people on the mic. Even in WWF days, with Gorilla and you had Bobby Heenan and
even Vince and Jesse Ventura and Macho Man.
They knew how to put a commentating team together. That's for sure.
Yes, sir.
They don't really know how to do that anymore. But yeah, I get tired of hearing Corey Graves. Ooh, he's rough. I think I'll take Sockface over Corey Graves. But gentlemen, I appreciate you guys being on here. I thank each and every one of the World Wrestling Vlog crew for being on here. Can't wait to see you guys next week. We may come up with a different time. I don't know. Billy's got to get his beauty rest. He's got to get the aloe going and the lotion going on the feet, and get the socks over them and everything, so he's ready for a full day of selling feet pics on OnlyFans.
Yep. This gig isn't paying me anything, so
that's right. But hey, and hopefully Dylan will be back with us. He's serving our nation right now. If you watch the news, you can connect the dots. But thank you guys so much for being here. We appreciate each and every one of you. World Wrestling Blog, we are out.